Okay, Papa, what we got here is a nice little pot roast right here. We just have to, you know, get the meat nice and tender and then get it ready. It's a little bit of a pot, so it's a Frito-Lay's pot roast.
Next stop, McLean Avenue and Bionia Avenue.
Hi guys, so good morning. It is Friday. I'm at work early in the morning. I had to make this video. I wanted to talk about the latest movie I saw, the found footage horror, which was called Farm. Let's see, hold on. Alright guys, let's talk about my next found footage I found on Tubi. It was called Crying Dead. Now this one's the typical, this is like a, this story is a found footage style, of course, and it's kind of unique in some ways. I'll tell you why. Um, it's still the same storyline where they're, a group of paranormal investigators who are in a show want to, they basically want to go into a hospital and hear about the old stories. There's some stories in there that include some stories that include three girls who were killed, little girls who were killed in a boiler accident, and then there was a nurse that was murdered by a psychiatric person, and yet another one where it has psychic powers. A woman who has psychic powers was murdered. So these are weird. 20. It starts off that way, weird story. So this paranormal team of six people, three boys, three girls, always kind of weird. Uh, and also in found footage, you know the formula. It's always in the basement, something bad happens. But they're in the hospital, so they're checking things out. And some members seem strong. Some members are not even into the paranormal. I'm sorry, I'm at work, so yes, at paranormal, they seem just weird about the whole thing. It's like some staff members are not even believing that the paranormal exists, but that's not true. They do exist. I think in the movie they do. But what makes this unique, I think, is the cameras. They use the purple and the green. So the I think RLs, the infrareds, are purple and green. So it kind of changes it up, make it interesting. Overall, there are ghosts in the movie. It's your typical found footage style movie. This one's a little more frightening because the way the ghosts are pulling you, it's pretty frightening. I don't know if I would do it. This movie is not bad at all. It's on Tubi. It's also, I think I recommend. This is a good one. I really liked it. It's called, it's called Screaming Dead. So check it out. Wait, I want to talk a little more. It's called Crying Dead. So please forgive me. It was called Crying Dead. But I want to talk about the the way this is filmed is fantastic. I think I like the way it's filmed. It shows a lot of stiff shots and then the spook scares. So you're based on scares. So and then you get to see the ghost, in and out. So overall, I actually liked watching this movie. It was so well interesting because I was invested in watching the characters, each how are they going to be diminished or how are they going to react to the scares and the ghosts. But Crying Dead is, I like it, so I'm going to give a recommendation for Tubi. Definitely watch it. It's not the most, again, it's not the most famous and dynamic, but it always has that formula of found footage. And if you like found footage, then you're going to like this. All right, guys, bye. All right, so the other one was called Paranormal Farm. So this movie, in this style of found footage horror, it's a guy using an iPhone or a smartphone. I can't say an iPhone, but he's definitely using some type of phone, and it's pretty damn cheesy actually. It's the story of how it begins is this gentleman who is just beginning as a paranormal investigator, and he goes to this farm where this family is saying that their daughter's missing and that they've been missing for 5 years, and it's happened in the woods somewhere with the acres of land. And so in the beginning, you get these two, I think it's in Ireland or something, but the two characters who are the parents, they're kind of weird already. The wife is, I think, is already weird. She's mumbling throughout the dialogue, so you can't really understand her. I mean, she's speaking clear English, but it's mumble English, so you kind of feel like this is weird. Is this low budget really? Is this really a film? And I'm not attacking. I think I like the premises of using an iPhone and the way it was produced. Here's the thing, though. As the story progresses, and he goes and he says he's going to stay one night to investigate the house, and they're going to sleep in their camper outside. This is where the weirdness begins because as he goes out, typical found footage at night, the house, things start moving around. Knives are misplaced, windows are open, strange things are happening. So he goes outside the house. That's when even stranger things happen, and it gets really cheesy. At one point, he passes a mannequin, and the mannequin has a Freddy Krueger knife or something. So you could imagine that. It was really bad. I'm gonna be honest. It was pretty cheesy. I was like, in my mind, it was like, this is really bad. But as the story progresses, he goes out into the woods and he's looking for the couple to tell him there's a lot of freaky things happening. He goes in there and tells the husband, something really bad happened is in the house. So the husband gets so upset he leaves the camper, and his wife is like, "Okay, let's go search for him." And as they split up, this is where it gets so bad. I don't want to give too much away, but at the end, this movie really is bizarre. Uh, would I recommend seeing it for its cheesiness and storyline? It's not bad for an iPhone. I don't think it's the top found footage horror of the year. I think this is my rated, not my favorite. I'm gonna put it that way. I don't like talking bad about any of them because they all have a unique. They came to the screen. They have a unique storyline. Was it production value? Maybe. Was it acting? Maybe. Was it the overall storyline? Maybe. But it's something that's not too bad. Okay, it's bad. But I'm gonna step away from this one. But if you want to watch it, watch it. It's called Paranormal Farm. It is on Tubi. This is another movie I found on Tubi. All right, guys, we had to adjust the lens where it was at, if it was too high, too low. But I think this is perfect. So using a 50 millimeter camera on an old DSR, a DLSR that was about 14 years old, and it doesn't have a flip screen, and its autofocus is literally obsolete on video almost. I mean, it does have one as best as it can, but it's not the autofocus that we think of nowadays. So, but it's working, I think. Let's see. Move back just slightly back, so maybe you can, maybe you can't, maybe you can see me. Hopefully you can see me, and you're gonna hear this uh, my old heating air conditioner machine go on because it's connected to the kitchen, and it makes this boom, it makes a really loud, obnoxious noise. But I'm gonna have some tea very soon, and then I'm gonna talk about what's been on my mind lately in terms of TV shows I've been watching. This is not on Tubi. This one was on Netflix, and now it is currently on. It's currently on Disney, which I caught a deal of it. I caught the deal, Christmas deal, when you get Hulu for a cheaper price with ads, of course, because I can't afford it right now. It's just reality where I'm at. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit. I think I want to share my feelings about this show. I really liked it when I was watching it back then, and it came back on, and now they have another. It's not a reboot, but it's a continuation of the story. But I'm going to talk about the original series that was on Netflix. So be ready for that. Gonna put some honey, 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 honey. Yeah, I'm doing a cheap B-roll version right now because I didn't want to move the camera and I'm kind of tired and I'm really excited to talk about the next TV thing I saw. All right, let's put this in here. Dip, 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 dip. It's a sloppy dipper. All right, I don't want to put too much tea today. I'm good. I'm not in the mood to drink too much tea. All right. Right. Back to what I was doing. Okay, we're back, guys. So we are gonna talk about certain things. I'm just hoping I'm in autofocus. One more. All right, guys. So I'm back. Got my face all bright. Maybe I don't want that brightness. We'll see. We'll see. I backed up a little bit. Now I think we're ready. All right, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Let's start with. We're gonna delete that part. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. So I'm gonna have some tea because I need some tea, and I put a little too much. So just give me a minute, a second. All right. Got my honey, my little favorite green peacock cup. Love it. And first sip. Oh, that's so good. Oh man, I wish I had my wife's apple cake. She didn't make them this week. As you know, I try to eat my apple cakes on all my videos because she makes them so good. Alright, with that being said, I wanted to talk about, I know we talked about found footage horror in the last maybe 2 weeks. I've talked about it, and I did talk about found footage in this video, but I also want to talk about a show, because I think this channel is more about let's talk about it. So I'm a big found footage. I love it. I love the style. So what I'm going to do is go contrast. So this is more of a higher production, higher end, higher paid actors. And in no way I want to compare found footage to a TV series. That's not what this channel is about. It's about talking about it. So what I want to talk about is Daredevil, which is a TV show, a Marvel licensed character. So if you don't know what Daredevil is, he was originally a character who was blind, and he became a superhero with blind powers. So his other senses were, in essence, more attuned to things. So he's blind; he can see, he can feel wind, but that's just an overall thing. Daredevil in the '80s comic book was not doing well in sales. So a famous writer, and you might have known him, an artist, Frank Miller. Now, Frank Miller, who did, I believe, Sin City, a movie called Sin City, and I think he's also done the movie 300. He actually makes things dark and grittier. He also did he's worked on titles such as Batman, Superman, but he also worked on Daredevil in the 80s, which made him a darker character, which was more enjoyable. The original character, Daredevil, was just not doing it. Now, his real name, the character's name is Matt Murdock, and his father was a boxer, so I guess he was, the story goes, his father was murdered by mobsters, and even though he was blind, he was taught by an assassin, I guess, to learn how to do all those tricks. Anyway, diverse. I want to talk about the series Daredevil now. Now that it's from the comic book and transported into the TV film behind the camera, uh, there's some actors information I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I'm never prepared, which is okay. I don't really try to, I'm not trying to say I am always prepared, but I'm not. But I wanted to show the casting, first of all, in Daredevil, and why did I watch it. First of all, there's a guy in there, and I forget his name. He's a great actor. He is nostalgic to me because I watched, I believe, Full Metal Jacket, and he was the bald head Marine guy who suffered out of all of them, and I forgot his name. Uh, hold on. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Yes, here it is. Vincent D'Onofrio. That's his name. Vincent D'Onofrio. He's gonna be the Kingpin. He's gonna be essentially the villain of Daredevil in this TV series. And why am I talking so much about the show? Because I want to talk about that. The other actor is who's playing Daredevil is Charlie Cox. There's Deborah Ann Paul who plays the character of Karen Page, and then there's Foggy. Foggy Nelson is played by Eldon Henson, and of course there's going to be an appearance by another Marvel character called the Punisher, who's played by John Berthel, who played in The Walking Dead. John Berthel played the first season, I think, a friend of Rick Grimes. Yeah, so, and then they have Rosario Dawson. She plays a great character, so I actually like that very much. So there's a lot of stars in the show. Scott Glenn, who he plays Sticks. Scott Glenn plays, I think he played in Aliens, I believe. I'm pretty sure Scott Glenn was in Aliens. So, with that being said, I wanted to talk about this so much because it's the grittiness of this film. Besides all the comic book stuff, the way this is filmed is, first of all, in New York. So I'm partial to New York because I live in it, but I love how it catches the Hell's Kitchen, a certain part of New York, and it's kind of it has churches, it has that New York vibe, bridges, bars, a lot of lawyers in that area. I think in this film in this show they make him a lawyer-like, so it captures that. And so I'm already caught up in it. I'm in the story. The story was the environment for the show. Um, I usually try to find even things in every film that comes out. So in found footage, I try to find the good in it, and high expenses productions. Daredevil has a good storyline because the character is actually more human. He doesn't have he has attuned to his powers, but he's not the greatest at it. So you see him get beat up a lot. And I give kudos to the writer who wrote Daredevil. I don't even know the directors. I should know that. I want to know that actually. It's a very powerful thing. I think the directors who put the writing into it. So, which I'm going to tell you right now. I think it's very. The series was created by Drew Goddard, and so Drew Goddard, I believe, created by Drew Goddard, and the characters are based on Stan Lee and Bill Everett. So that's the thing I wanted to tell you. Drew Goddard, he's a screenwriter, and he's wrote Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's wrote Angel, Elias, and Lost. And he's also wrote Cloverfield, World War Z, The Martian. So he's got, and he's at the car, and he directed The Cabin in the Woods. So he has a little bit of, I have to say, he has a lot of stuff going on. So this guy is a director. He's fantastic. That's why this show was so good. There are 3 seasons to the Daredevil. I'm currently in season 1 again, so I'm rewatching it for the 3rd time. I like it. Would I go on and keep talking about this? I will, because I gotta tell you guys, I'm not trying to tell you to go out there and watch it, but this is just something I would watch. I like. I love found footage. If they ever did a found footage on a superhero, that would be awesome. I like, cameras are shaky and not too crazy production value, but that's good, But I love it because it puts me in a different mood, and I like that Daredevil was, I think, it was stopped on Netflix. Netflix is a big, huge company, and they just canceled it after the 3rd season. Don't know why. It was so good to me. Then it was reborn by, the whole 3 seasons were bought by another big company, Disney. So Disney, you have to have a Disney account, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't have a Disney account. I was lucky because it was only $2.99 a month. I could afford it, I think, at the time, so it was like $3. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be honest. I don't like keeping things like that. I like, low budget films, but there are some gems on it. So I'm gonna I'm gonna hold on to it and see where I go at with that. That being said, also I wanted to point out that now that the three seasons are over and they're over on Disney. Ooh, I'm just hot. There's tea. I need more tea, guys. I need more tea. Mm, mm. Okay, now that was good. That tea just put the magic back in me. All right, so the reason I think I bought Disney was because they were going to do the season reborn. So now it's called Daredevil Reborn, which is season 4, and the first 2 episodes are amazing already. It's left where right where it left off. So it doesn't it changed a couple of cast characters, a couple of writers, but it's still working. The formula is still working. I love it. Yeah, I really do love it. Whew. All right, guys. So with that being said, I am so glad that came out. Daredevil came out, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy. I hope you enjoy this video. Um, I think I have more things to talk about. Maybe talk about other subjects besides lost footage and big production TVs. Maybe more. I want to make this more about. Let's talk about it. I do a lot of reading on this channel. A lot of books reading. You can see my old videos. I just read books right in front of the camera, which is corny and boring, but I also do talk about it. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope maybe you go out there and find something that interests that you want to share. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Have a great day and see you next time.